asking for help is the step you need to take in order to actually find your answer. What I mean by this is that I have found often in my life when I'm like looking for something and I can't find it, or struggling with like how to solve a problem, the second I ask somebody, hey, do you know where this is? Or, hey, how do you do this? I either see it immediately or the answer comes to me immediately. And I think there's an important lesson here where like, sometimes we just need to ask for help, and like whether or not the person we asked actually helps us, just the act of admitting, hey, I need help, has the answer revealed to you. I remember I was delivering groceries for Instacart in 2020 for a little bit, back in the scary, spooky COVID times. Who cares? And I remember sometimes I would not be able to find an item that somebody needed, and I knew I was in the right aisle, and I'm looking up and down, and I can't find it. And it seemed like every time I said to an employee, hey, can you help me find this item, I was like standing right in front of it. And I think sometimes when we admit that we need help is actually when, crazy thought, maybe God comes down and says, okay, you need help, I'll help you, here it is. Or just like when we admit, man, I cannot find this thing, I am struggling and I need help, is the moment like something changes in our thought process and in our vision and in our mind, where we are open up to the answer. So if you're working on something, if you have a project, if you want to learn how to play piano, for example, or you want to book a gig, or you want to do a good workout, like, don't be afraid to admit you need help. Don't be so prideful that you think you can do it all by yourself and it'll work out, right? Say, yes, I need help. I need help with this thing. And then that actually is the first step into the solution. Oftentimes, like, actually, we might even have the solution within, but we're not going to access it when we're so full of pride. Pride blocks our brain. I don't know the science behind this, but being too prideful to admit you need other people and you need help will block you from actually getting the answer you're looking for. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And like with that, like, community comes from having help. I'm in this band Sneezy. There's 8 of us that tour all around the country, and like, we could not do this alone. And there's so many tasks to get done. And if I tried to just do everything by myself, I'd run out of gas. And so many times I find myself, when like there's things that need to be done, I just ask somebody in the band, hey, can you go park the van? Hey, can you go to the trailer and pull this shirt that somebody needs? Hey, can you help me put the trailer hatch on? Hey, we need to find lodging for next month. Can we all come together and brainstorm people we might know that might be able to house us so we don't have to pay $800 for hotel rooms? And like, asking for help is actually like exactly the right step 99% of the time. And people don't do it because we don't want to look weak, but it's actually weak to be too prideful to ask for help. And the strong thing is to say, I recognize that we are stronger together. I recognize that 2 minds are better than 1, especially when we have a shared goal. 3 minds, 4 minds, 5 minds are better than 1 with a shared goal. So let's work together. Let's be willing to say, I don't know how to do this on my own, so I'm going to ask somebody who might know how to do it. And even asking somebody, say, hey, I don't know if you know the answer either, but I'm stuck. Do you have any ideas? In the movie or the TV show The Rehearsal, season 2, it's all about like airplanes and airplane safety. It's a really funny show, amazing. But there's this story of like a crash landing that's like really famous, where the plane got screwed up. The pilot did a crash landing and saved everybody. And in the transcripts of the conversation between the pilot and the co-pilot, the pilot was like trying to figure out what to do. And eventually he said to the co-pilot, any ideas? And the co-pilot said, no, I don't know. And then the pilot went, okay, I got it. And then he figured it out. And I think there's a really cool lesson in there that like, even when the pilot asked for help and the person he asked for help didn't have an answer, said, no, I can't help you, I don't have any ideas. But I think the process of admitting, hey, I'm not sure exactly what to do here, kind of opened the space for the right answer to happen. Just last night, Jack, our singer, one of our singers, guitar players, and Sneezy, he said, problems aren't bad because problems create the opportunity for solutions. And a problem is an opportunity to say, I need help. And the solution, seems like for that pilot, came to him when he just said, I need help. And once he said, do you have any ideas? The other guy said no. He went, okay, like, I have to tap into something deeper to find the solution. Instead of being prideful and going, I'm the pilot, I need to solve this, he might have just killed like 200 people and himself. But by admitting, I need help, the answer came to him, even though it came from within. So that's the lesson that's been on my mind lately, is like, don't be afraid to ask for help. And like, the longer, it's okay if you even like waited, like, don't have sunk cost fallacy about it either, right? Maybe you're looking for something for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just like find somebody and say, hey, I can't find this thing. Can you help me? You'd be amazed when you realize the second you ask for help, or the second you resign that you need help, is the second you'll find the answer to your problem.